The fickle middle finger of fate was not long their way, for soon our heroes found themselves approached by a mushroom. But in fact, the mushroom was a man, a very churlish, jovial sort of guy. Some would even say fun. I wouldn't, but some would. The man told the hunters that he was the sole escapee of a terrible monster, an infectious slime mold epidemic that is zombifying the dissonance of his underground community. He hopes that finding a group of heroes to rescue the colony will earn him enough brownie points to be reaccepted back in. He quite suspiciously did not specify why it was he was kicked out, but no matter. There's a quest to be quested, an ass to kick, and a Fungeon to crawl! Note, pending the events of this episode, we cannot preclude the possibility that an evil slime mold does not, in fact, have an ass. If that is the case, we apologize and you will be compensated by mail in 3 to 6 nevers.
Fun. All right. So it was, as she said, you guys are crawling about in the Fungeon. You just cleared out a group of the fungal boys who were controlled by a brown slimy thing. And you crammed some blue mushrooms into a big fungus dude's mouth.
And we
Ah,
didn't even kill most of them.
we're doing a good job.
Yeah. I do believe you were about to be heading deeper into the caverns when we ended last week, and we can
Yeah.
pick it up from there. So you travel through the caves for about 2 or 3 more minutes. The tunnel that you found does not branch, and it gets progressively narrower the deeper in you get, until you guys are about walking shoulder to shoulder. It's not quite you don't have to go single file. It's still like wide enough that you can stand uh two abreast, but it gets pretty narrow. Um, After about like the 5-10 minutes of crawling around in this damp, slimy hole, you come across this place. Shared,
Damp,
please.
slimy holes.
There's a damp, slimy hole.
There's
That
a reason it's called the Fungeon.
Yeah, that thick yellow slime has been just like all over every surface in this tunnel. And it opens up into this area. It is a pretty decent sized cavern. It's got these blue glowing mushrooms all over the place. A series of torches has been lit to provide like a good amount of sight. And it looks like there was actually some kind of camp in here at one point. Um, all over the place, you can also see, get these guys on here. Boop. Several more of these mushroom men. And they're just kind of like standing about, kind of listless. Same as
Do
the
these
other.
torches
Silvery
look freshly
slime.
lit? Have they been burning for a while? Are they indeterminate?
They're not sputtering, but they have started. They're not at like full brightness.
They're Skyrim torches. No one's been in this cave for several hundred years, yet the torches are lit.
Shit. All right, no time like the present.
Make sure that you guys take your combat effects off.
Oh yeah,
Way ahead of you.
I don't think year is flying anymore.
So, we handling this the same way then?
Yeah, what are you guys doing?
Hmm.
It seems like our barbarian is making a choice.
Every step you take makes like a wet squelching noise.
Are these barricades spiked towards the direction we're coming from?
Yes.
All right.
Sign we're going the right direction, at least.
Where there's enemies, there's plot.
You guys get about
As-
that far, and this mushroom man kind of looks in your direction, and it speaks without speaking, like you hear its voice, but like in your head. Um, and it says, "Come no further."
Oh,
Is this one coated in the slime mold?
Oh yeah, he is just like covered in it. It's like all over where his face would be, and there's like little bubbles coming out of his mouth.
Sorry, buddy, we're coming further.
yes. It
What you
seems
gonna do
that
about it?
we're here to help.
Breaking the law? Not breaking the law. Breaking the law? Not breaking the law. Breaking the law?
This one takes a step forward, and it says, "What happens to you next is your own fault."
That's true for a lot of things that happen to us.
Is he up on a ledge or down in a pit?
He is up on a ledge.
How tall is that ledge?
About 10 feet. Well, wait, you nut job. We're gonna do initiatives. You don't get to just sprint up to dudes before combat happens.
I was sprinting up to that dude.
It's just like, this isn't combat. I just want a hug.
Roll
does it
initiatives,
before
you
you-
nut jobs.
If he does it before you ask for initiative,
Exactly.
Looks like Will's still waking up from dropping 2 storm spheres in the span of 2 hours.
All right. Now you get to run up on him.
Okay. This is Sparta? I'm gonna shove him.
Okay. That's an athletics check.
Yeah.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Wow, a 2 and a 3. A wonderful
oh,
thing that I'm a barbarian.
Yeah, you shove him. He falls down.
I actually did kick him, but it wasn't intended to cause damage, except for maybe the fall damage, because he did fall 10 feet.
You gotta fall. You gotta fall at least 15 feet to take fall damage.
Oh, great.
His big soggy mushroom butt just kind of goes, and it makes like a wet sponge sound when he lands on the slime.
I do the superhero jump, and I come down, landing right next to him.
He is impressed.
Yes. And I brandish my axe. Say, I promise not to kill this mushroom thing that you inhabit.
Oh, good. He was concerned.
Probably.
It's your turn.
I'm gonna just wait and see how this goes.
You're over here. I didn't make no promise.
You just gonna stand there?
Yeah, I'm just standing there,
All right, you're just standing there.
vibing, my guy.
All right. Whoops. Rip, 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 rip. The slime on the floor kind of congeals up into like these vaguely humanoid shapes. And they start like, these humanoid shapes start gliding in the goo towards you guys. But they are pretty slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to attack Arcturus with his pseudopod. Does 23 hit? Yeah, 23 hits. Arcturus
Sure does.
takes 6 damage.
What?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. gonna double move, because it will be useful to be next to the rabbit. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, what? One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 4. He has not gone yet. God damn it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. There we go. Now it's Aberforth's turn. Slimy boys.
All right. Aberforth will endeavor to test the acidity of the goo person in front of him with the dagger of -1.
Oh no.
Does a 16 hit?
That hits.
All right. Hooray! Well, unfortunately, he is near someone else, so I do not get to sneak attack him. Eh.
Oh, he also wounded.
Does my dagger suffer any negative repercussions?
Let us find out. Nope, you're good.
All right. Then, I think Abe's gonna move if I click on the map to. Wait, what am I doing?
What are you doing?
How about I can be here, right? I'm next to the wall?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. I will give Arcturus flanking on the Mushroom Man.
How nice of you.
And that is Abe's turn.
Okie doke. After Abe is my mushroom men. Hooray. Who are also very fucking slow. Stop them. Yeah, Arcturus pushed me off a freaking cliff. We're gonna clap back with that. He's gonna try and hit you with his big mushroomy paws twice. He raises his arm, and you see that he has several large, jagged stones kind of embedded in the mushroom flesh of his palm. He's gonna try and swipe at you with those. Why did I target myself? 21 hits though, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And the second hit. Get both these out of the way. Nope, just one hit. Arcturus gets clawed for another 6 damage. Mushroom boys. We're gonna move there, and that rabbit seems a lot easier to hit than the orc.
Maybe.
24.
That hits. I'm going to uncanny dodge.
Doke, and a 19 will hit on his second attack.
Okay.
Get to dodging, little rabbit. Ugh. And his second hit. Alright, you take a grand total of 10 damage. And then it's Daphne's turn.
Okie dokie. Daphne is going to take a sip of wine and start dancing a magnanimous jig that no one can take their eyes off of.
Daphne's
And
now
she's
not the
going to
time.
It's certainly the time because I'm casting Hypnotic Pattern.
Ah.
I'm casting it. I can't seem to target them.
Targeting him.
It's weird. I can't see the targeting reticle for some reason.
It's shown up on the combat tracker.
Okay. So yeah, I'm popping it down at the intersection point that'll hit those three.
Okay, no.
You'll have to take my word for it. I don't feel like drawing it. Yeah, right there.
Ooh, 2 of them failed.
Ah, I can't resist.
They
My
can't.
dancing is too good.
They're just staring at you.
Okay. And don't have anything particularly to do with my bonus action, so that's going to be my turn.
All right. After Daphne is. Hmm. Oh, you know what? We're just gonna. Hey, why is this not? Oh, what the hell? Sorry, I apparently was trying to draw a pointer. All right, it is William's turn.
Cool. Can I get a spiritual weapon, please?
You asked nicely. Oh, look. It remembers.
He sounds so exasperated with these spiritual weapons.
well, I was exasperated because we use it so often that when I opened up the tokens thing, it just was already open to spiritual weapon.
Do I hit the slime with the 17?
Yes, there you do.
11 damage.
He didn't like that. It hurt.
And then that one is taking a firebolt.
Ah.
Bigger number.
Yeah, that definitely is. Hold on, something happens.
Whoa, setting off a chain reaction inside this chamber. Everyone make a dex.
Oh, he really didn't like that. You've made him all melty. He didn't like that at all. That firebolt hit him, and just like a whole portion of him just kind of splooshed into like liquidy goo. He's trying to
Ugh.
reform himself, but he's not doing a good job.
I whirl around and I swing on this ooblex that's behind me here, or that was, I guess, formerly behind me.
Okie doke. My slimy child! No! Yeah, no, you splatter the thing.
And I do splatter that.
I mean, you don't have a choice. It's just goo. You can't
Yes.
non-lethally hit these things. No, you nail it with your axe, and this thing just turns into a wet spot on the wall.
And that's
Popped him
supposed
like
to
a
be
water
with
balloon.
advantage.
Oh, we'll just roll it again.
That's why it's supposed to be with advantage.
Yeah, there you go. Oh no.
This is non-lethal. I turn the axe flat side. Oh, by the way, goo. Just a second. Let me read something.
Wanting to cleave the goo?
No, I'm not cleaving the goo.
Okay.
Name of my next indie album: Cleaving the Goo.
I was gonna say it sounds like an awful innuendo.
So
Oh, you cleaving the goo, ain't you?
I did the goo is cleft, but I didn't use my cleave effect. Um, I know this thing doesn't really have blood per se, but it is a thing that I killed, and it's not undead, and it's not a construct, right?
I did say not undead or construct, didn't I?
As a construct,
You
yes.
have an
Yeah.
axe full of slime.
I have an axe full of slime. So as the axe head slides cleanly through the slime, a fair amount of the slime comes away and adheres to the blade, or at least it looks like it adheres to the blade, but it seeps in through the rivulets, the runnels that you see on the etched surface of the blade, and that green slime slithers in toward the haft of the axe.
It's like Tinker's construct.
Um,
You can almost
I
you
suddenly,
you can almost feel the axe shudder with discomfort.
yeah, I decide to not stick around and let that one stay in there any longer than necessary. With a sudden burst of inspiration, uh, I don't know how this is actually gonna work. I hold the axe up high and like I shout a command word of some kind. We'll make it up later on. Um, and that green slime shoots. It comes down out of the haft and it wreathes its way around my hand and um, up my arm and into my body, and I stand looking more replenished than I had previously. Um,
It's lime
so
flavored.
that's one charge of that. It is lime, yeah, lime
It's lemon
flavored.
lime flavored.
All
Yeah.
blind usually.
Arcturus just over here looking like he got Nickelodeon slimed.
And he's loving it.
Although it looks like it's coded to do heal instead of temp. It is it temp or is it heal?
Temp is considered a heal.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was temporary HP. And now that charge disappears.
Hmm.
And I look pretty agog. I didn't realize that my axe could do this, but well, things happen in my head. With
Arcturus
renewed
over
vigor,
here.
I turn back to the mushroom standing in front of me here, the Quaggoth, the one between Aberfirth and me. And I turn the blade flat side to it, and I swing, and I did hit, and then I'm going to go ahead and do that damage. Not bad, not bad.
Oh,
Is is Arcturus hoping it only does this for oozes, or hoping it doesn't only do this for oozes?
Um,
that's a great
I don't know
question.
that Arcturus can answer that question right now in the heat of battle. He's not too sure.
Ooh, yeah, no, that crit hit. It hit hard. You didn't like that.
It hit hard.
All right.
That was the point.
That's it for Arcturus. Makes it your turn.
Does hitting someone knock them out of hypnotic pattern?
It
Sure
does,
does.
yeah.
All right, never mind that then. If they can stay incapacitated.
I point up into the corner. There's a slime up to my right.
Yeah, there's a slime next to good old Aberforth here.
Yeah.
Old dishonest Abe. Hey, that hits. Ah, you splattered him. Green slime reads up your Eldritch Blast and into your.
No, no, that's black and green energy. Fuck off.
That misses.
That's me.
All right. After here are my my little gooey boys. I still got 3 of these guys.
My gooey boy.
We're just gonna keep. We're just gonna keep crawling up after you guys.
Oh no.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1. This place isn't where one of me just died. That's fine. Aberforth, it's your turn.
All right. Then I think. Why does that say I'm 10 feet away? Are these dudes large?
They shouldn't be.
Huh. Well, I'm aiming for the one that's diagonally from me, the Mushroom Man, and I believe he could use some adventure.
Keep in mind that one's incapacitated, so you'll knock him out of uh, you'll knock him out of hypnotic pattern if you attack him.
Does incapacitated give me advantage?
It does
No,
not.
Damn.
incapacitated just says they can't take actions or reactions.
Yeah.
Well, that's sad. However, I will be sneak attacking him since he's near an ally of mine who's not incapacitated.
Hey.
So either I hit and deal sneak attack, or he stays incapacitated. Sounds like the best of both worlds.
All right, that's fine. Just wanted to warn you.
Does a 24 hit the Mushroom Man?
Yeah, 24 hits the Mushroom Man.
Hooray! I cast level 4 sneak attack.
Oh god. Oh god.
That's a lot of dice.
That's a lot of dice. Rogues are fun.
Where is he on the thingy? He is heavy, so I guess we will give him the redial of adventure and hope he goes back to Dreamland. Unfortunate.
Nope, he's good. Is that it?
And hmm. I think that I will. No, yeah, I can't use my. I already used my bonus action. Yeah, that's it for Abe.
Alright, after Aberforth is. Ooh, the Mushroom Man. He's taking a nap. This guy. We're just gonna keep trying to take out Arcturus before he takes me out. So some more Rocky slaps.
Good luck with that.
17 hits. And critical miss. You take 5 damage.
And to think, 12 seconds ago, he was sitting at his post thinking about his wife and children at
Yeah, he was feeling pretty good. And now he's not.
12 seconds.
And Aberforth is going to get attacked twice. 23.
Whee!
And 14 will miss. You're going to dodge? Yeah, you're dodging. All right, half of 4 damage.
Yeah.
Daphne, it's your turn.
Oh boy. Should I take that one? Do I have to de-incapacitate this one?
Yeah. One of
Okay.
you, you're 3. I got it.
Okay.
Boop.
All right. Well, the best thing I can do right now is probably
Oh,
and
still got some mushrooms selected. Hold on. There you go.
yeah, I can't for some reason I can't see who I'm targeting, so
Don't worry about it. I gotcha.
and let's do a there we go.
That spell always comes in handy.
And let's also hmm, yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll end my turn here.
Okie doke. After Daphne. Oops. Boop, boop, boop. Uh, Big Daddy Slime coalesces out of the goo.
Oh, my next
And
event.
as he forms, you notice a lot of the slime that's like around your feet kind of pulls away from you, leaving the ground pretty like cleaned off. And it all seems to just kind of drag out into this huge ball of goo over here. Uh, it takes on a vaguely humanoid shape. Before pointing at your guys' direction, and then it's gonna cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
Fair play.
that works. Yeah, you counter Hypnotic Pattern. William, it's your turn.
We are going to bonus action.
If you're one square up, you'll be able to hit him with it.
We're down.
I'm targeting the Ublex slimes. Yeah,
Oh, if you're one square down, you can hit the Ublex in between you and the thing with advantage. You don't occupy a space.
true.
That was spoken in character.
Hey, that hits.
Minimum damage.
Aha.
More
And then
than
a
minimum damage.
and then a firebolt.
Oh, I don't like Firebolt.
21.
Yeah, that hits. Oh, bleh. Sploosh.
And that's it for Will.
And Big Daddy Slime kind of shudders a little bit when you smite that dude. He looks pissed off. If he was capable of producing sounds, he would probably be roaring at you. Arcturus, it's your turn.
That was my baby.
He's just a slimy boy. You don't have no lungs and no vocal cords. Well, that hits.
Good. We'll do it again.
Don't do it again.
Oh yeah, I'm doing it again.
Don't do it again. That hits. Bet he's knocked
I'm
out.
gonna put him to sleep.
Well, you successfully send him to nap time.
Wow, Arcturus knows hypnotic pattern.
It's a single target cast.
Arcturus is
Ah,
finished.
the way he swings his axe around is kind of hypnotic.
It's yours turn.
You're telling me.
Oh,
I could keep doing this for
Yeah, that hits.
days.
pull him 10 feet.
Pull him. Okay. Great. He's not used to moving this fast.
Ooh.
Oh no, that's not good.
And then blast him away 10 feet.
You blast part of him away 10 feet. You blast the cap right off that dude.
Once again,
I capped his ass.
once again, year I didn't make no promise.
Oh, that's not the one we promised to
That's me.
save.
All right. After year is my gooey boys.
And I just want to be clear, I wasn't trying to endanger Daphne. I was trying to get Aberforth advantage on a sneak attack roll.
All right, that's his whole turn. And this dude that's hiding under this spiritual weapon is going to go move here. Oh
The
wait.
spiritual weapon has chosen him. He's worthy.
Freaking Daphne's there.
Just-
You know what?
the ooze's eyes start to glow blue.
I'm not particularly concerned about Daphne hurting me too bad with a opportunity attack.
Uh, you think I won't go for one?
I mean, go for it.
I don't have a better use for my reaction.
Sure.
I also don't have a weapon drawn, so I'm gonna punch it.
Just kick it. Just give it a whole hoof to the back of the skull. Or whatever the heck he has. He's just goo.
Uh, so that's
She
gonna be
already
a
got exfoliated. She's not that worried about touching them anymore.
Too bad you don't have a trip attack.
Well, alright, then you hit.
Wow.
I do 1 damage.
Wait, what's your strength modifier?
My strength modifier is -1, but it's a minimum of 1 for unarmed strikes.
Is it a minimum of 1?
All
It
attacks do
is.
a minimum of 1 damage.
Alright. I take 1 damage. Shit. Now Toll the Dead hits me. Uh, Aberforth, we're gonna hit you with the
I just
old
get
pseudopod.
Daphne was worried it was gonna start getting close to her, so she just get away, and she just kicked it with the side of the face with a hoof.
Aberforth takes 6 damage. And then it's his turn.
Oh, my face. Hmm. This is quite a predicament to be in.
Yeah, you're surrounded by goo.
I dislike it immensely.
You can go up, that
You have
guy's
advantage on one of
unconscious.
them.
Yeah. Um. Hmm. Well, I mean, these guys have to get taken care of at some point, huh? So let's just. Do I? Is it gonna auto parse me having disadvantage for this attack roll? Or
Would
Oh,
you have
no?
why
Why
disadvantage?
would
would
it
you have
do that? Yeah,
disadvantage?
I don't know. I just inverted flanking in my head.
Also, you're not flanked.
Eh.
Actually, you actually have advantage if you attack the one on your right.
No, spiritual weapon doesn't provoke. Doesn't threaten its
Oh,
square.
Yeah,
I thought it did. That's why Will moved it there. But
Mm,
it's taking advantage of me threatening them on the other side, but it doesn't
right.
threaten. Does a 15 hit the ooze below me?
it does.
Well, I'm sure it's already weakened by Daphne's mighty blow. So,
Yeah, she stomped on it a little bit as it went by.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
one damage was the slime that was left on her foot. Uh, ouch! You didn't like that.
And I think that I will not hit him, but the other one next to me with the redial, hopefully. Eh. Ta-da!
Hey, that hits.
Have some damage.
He is doing
He,
fire damage too.
yeah, no, they don't like it. You are
And
scorching the crap out of them.
then I will just mosey on out of there, because I attacked both of them, so they can't threaten me.
Well, all right, Mr. Fancy Bun.
Um, hmm. You know what? I think staying there is good rather than advancing to the really big ooze. That is
Alrighty.
Abe's turn.
After Abe is Big Slimy Boy. Who's going to move in and try to occupy you two? And while we got Aberforth here in this happy little flanking position, we're gonna slap you around a little
Whee!
bit.
That seems rude.
Well, I mean, you put yourself there.
Yeah, I
21 will hit,
forgot we had dropped concentration. Yep.
and that one will miss. You take 3 damage.
Woo!
Your dodging is too uncanny. Daphne, it's your turn.
okie dokie. Uh, again, yeah. Let's hit him with one of these.
Not one of these.
Get the data, you Oblex. It's
The
a
sound
chance
of
for
a
me to get
dolorous
two
bed.
charges.
The sound of a dolorous bell fills the
He fails.
Aha! Finally,
Ah,
something
well.
that's not immune to necrotic,
It explodes.
and also isn't a person we're trying to say.
It
At
pops
least I
and
don't think so.
it leaves behind a like a lemon pledge scent when it explodes.
Huh. Well, it's my turn.
All right, after Daphne is Big Papa Slime. Papa Slime is going to try the hypnotic pattern again.
Please don't tell me that they use slime like the Smurfs use.
Not getting counterspelled?
No.
I don't
Awesome.
have it prepared. Also
Uh,
isn't on my spell list, I don't think.
I was mostly worried about the warlock. All right, hypnotic pattern. What is my targeting paradigm? 30-foot cube, fun.
All hail the hypno slime.
Let's put it here, I suppose. And we're gonna hit everyone but Arcturus. You, and you. Yeah. Ah. Bam.
Was it just Aberforth who failed?
Yep.
Yes.
Good job, Aberforth.
Woo!
Shucks.
Oh,
All
that's
hail.
Slime Daddy's turn.
What
William, it's
about
your
the
turn.
little Ooblex? Oh, does the Ooblex, is he not
Uh,
targeted?
no, he's good.
Or did he succeed?
I think he's actually immune to those. Yeah, he's immune to that.
That would explain.
Okay, well, that Ooblex is getting a firebolt.
He doesn't have eyes, so he can't see the hypnotic pattern.
18.
Hits. Ah, he can see that though. A splat.
And then we're gonna give Aberforth a gentle nudge with the spear.
Um. Hmm. You're supposed to have to use your action to shake a dude awake.
It also says if they take damage.
Oh, then yeah, feel free to hit him with it if you want.
Yeah. Because I ain't getting into that clusterfuck. I'm a wizard.
That clusterfuck is one mushroom dude and Daddy Oblex.
Yeah, and then Daddy Ooblex might come down here, and I'm a wizard.
Daddy Ooblex becomes Daddy Suplex.
I'm assuming I hit Aberforth with a 28.
You do. And
That was
damn,
so close to being a
wouldn't you know it? Aberforth already used his reaction this turn.
He's also stunned, and now he's awake.
He was incapacitated. All right, after William is Arcturus.
We want to take incapacitated off of Aberforth there?
No, but I'll do it anyways.
All right. Oh. How you doing?
Oh, hi. Hey, that
Hey,
hits.
it adds up to 20.
Ow.
Max
Oh,
damage.
that hurt.
All right.
Putting out the frickin'
Try that
numbers.
on for size.
All right. Here, it's your
That
turn.
was my turn.
Oh boy, here I go. Shoot.
Oh boy, more Eldritch Blasts. That hits.
Gonna go down one and then to the left one.
Do.
Oh, down more. One more. There you go. Yeah, that way he's next to both of them. The other one's going to this guy. And no, it's not. Bonus action, though. Yeah!
Hooray!
Yeah.
It's almost like he was never hit. And that's my turn.
All right, Aberforth, it's your go.
All right. Um, I think good old dishonest Abe is willing to take the opportunity attack from the mushroom.
I'm willing to make that opportunity attack. He'll miss.
Fantastic. And then Abe is going to use his advantage to say hi to Daddy Ooblex.
Oh,
I have to speak to him about his children.
You don't gotta.
I think I do. Aw, so close. Does a 29 hit Daddy Ooblex?
No, his AC actually works in a. Gotta hit it.
This motherfucker's running Thaco.
It's a 5th edition worst nightmare.
Oh, 1 second.
It is an
No problem.
It's an entity that feeds off of bad luck. You roll a critical one, you critically hit him.
Okay, I had to go be actual daddy. All right.
All right. Does a 29 hit Daddy Ooblex?
Yeah, why is that a question? You could have done
Well,
damage.
you ask us insane numbers all the time. I figured I'd get to.
You guys have crazy dumb abilities that like shield. Ow.
Slap.
He didn't like that.
Well, I wonder if he'll like the follow up.
Unlikely.
Well, at least I was consistent.
That hits.
Hooray! And that is Abe's turn.
All right. After Abe is my Mushroom Man. What sucks is I am too low to comfortably run from Arcturus, even though I really want to go protect Daddy Ublex. Critically miss. Miss. Should have just left. Daphne, it's your turn.
Oh boy. Let's do. Okay. Do another toll.
He fails.
How about they? With an incredibly 5 damage.
Ooh.
That's my turn.
All right. My turn. You know what I really don't like? Don't like rogues hitting me for that much. I really don't.
That seems fair.
Hmm. Hmm. I have two choices, both of which are pretty decent. Let's do. Let's do this. He's gonna try to eat your memories.
I've already forgotten most of them.
Yes, you have. All right. What else do I get to do? Oh, good. I still get to make 2 pseudopod attacks. Pseudopod. He's gonna slap you around a little bit. That'll miss. And that'll also miss. Daddy Ublex, not having a good time. William, it's your turn.
Breaking news: man attempts to steal memories from man with dementia.
Well, I think we're gonna go. Pardon me, Aberforth.
Hmm.
21.
That'll hit.
And then
Not today, Bill. I know you do.
God damn, he's been in heavy forever.
Ooh, he's not happy.
and that's it for Mr. Inkhand.
You're too inky, Mr. Hands. Arcturus, it's your go.
All right. I look at the Oblex.
You think it looks at you? It's hard to tell.
I tap it on its shoulder.
Hey. 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 Look at me.
Oh, you hit. Bleh. It pops.
And I do kill this thing.
You don't get a choice. it goes. It goes, and just kind of bursts like a bubble. Big wet globs of slime just kind of fall on the ground all over the place. This dude that you were fighting, right here, he passes out. Burp, burp, burp. Burp. And you're now in a room with 2 unconscious mushroom dudes and a bunch of slimy corpses.
Does the
And
orangey, yellowy slime on the mushroom dudes appear to be like retracting from them?
it's it's hard to tell like immediately, because the slime's still kind of everywhere. But if you give it like an hour, you start to notice that the goo has started to like dry out.
Goody. I don't think I'm going to stand here for an hour and watch these 2 dudes. I am going to look around the room.
Already? Where you looking first?
I'm going to climb back up that slope that I've jumped down earlier.
Okie doke. It does look like some humanoids had made a camp here at some point. You find several like bones that look like they belonged to some humanoids, but they have all been scattered all over the place and picked completely clean. They're polished white. They look bleached. Uh, they're and when I say polished, I mean like they're incredibly smooth. Like they shine in the torchlight. They're so polished. Aberforth's just hopping around in the mushrooms. What's everyone else
Hell
doing?
yeah.
Every time you take a step, it makes like a wet squelching sound in the slime. But you do notice that the slime that you displaced does not spread back to fill in the hole like it
Ah,
used to.
I'm assuming this is like an old campsite.
Yeah, it's an old campsite. The fire is just dying. And there is almost a complete skeleton sitting next to it. Also picked completely clean and the bones polished.
Huh.
Any stuff?
I don't know. No, watch it. Any stuff?
Any stuff? Yeah.
A lot of basic adventuring gear. So like if you need rope, there's rope. Um, there's no rations. Uh, but you see like some. It looks like would Arcturus know what hardtack is? It looks like there's some hardtack.
Yeah, definitely. Arcturus would know what hardtack is. He
Yeah,
is
yeah.
from a nomadic tribe.
There's some hardtack. It looks incredibly resilient to the rot of this area, um, and it will, however, be incredibly unpleasant to eat.
How much rope?
I'm gonna say about 50 feet that the slime hasn't eaten.
What is this thing I'm looking at here?
I don't know. What are you
Looks
looking at?
big.
That I got this map secondhand. So that was a roasted pig. It has been skeletonized and picked and polished clean.
This
Oh,
still a
I see.
chest?
In that chest, it is locked.
Got a couple Eldritch blasts in my pocket that says it isn't.
You're gonna Eldritch blast it. You do
I
risk
mean, unless
damaging whatever's inside.
unless someone else has got thieves' tools.
I believe I do.
Oh,
Let me make sure. It'd be really funny if I didn't. I
How
do.
much
I do have them.
hardtack?
How much hardtack? I'm gonna say about 2 days rations. Not even the
All right.
slime wanted to eat it.
That's how you know it's good. Sleight of hand to use thieves' tools. Yes.
Thieves' tools is its own thing. Just dexterity, thieves' tools proficiency.
Okay. So something I'm proficient in with Dex.
Yep. Oh, all right. 15. Yeah, that pops the lock.
Ta-da!
Inside, it looks like the slime wasn't able to get into the box. Inside, you find uh, several vials of like this bluish like tincture. Each one of them has like an eyedropper in it.
Ooh.
I'll swipe those. I
I'm,
take
I'm
them
gonna
back.
say there's about 7 bottles of the stuff, and uh, there's also like several blankets and stuff in the chest. The box with the vials in it was like wrapped up in one of the blankets. So it's like one of those, like those segmented boxes where you open it up and there's like a couple of dividers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like this box is made to hold like a dozen of these vials, and just like 5 of them are missing. Oh, Bill's ready to put it. Yep, you have 7 vials of a mysterious blue liquid.
Could I perchance roll alchemist kit to identify them now rather than during a short rest?
Sure, why not? You might know them right off the bat. You are able to tell almost immediately by looking at it that these are vials of wizard's tears. I think I called them wizard's tears. Didn't take your shoes.
Wizard's tears?
I think I called them that.
Is
Hold
that what
on,
the
they're
kids on the street
they're
are
in the
calling
book.
it?
The kids are calling it wizard's
Oh.
tears.
I'll look it up.
I've got it right here.
Arcturus is transcending space and time as he
Sage's
explores.
tears. They're called Sage's tears.
One of them drugs the kids are doing?
Hold on a second. My kid somehow lost her juice cup 5 minutes after I gave it to her.
No crap.
Somehow.
They'll never find out. I already have the juice cup.
Pearlescent blue liquid comes from a small bottle and with an eyedropper attached to the lid. When consumed as part of a short rest, you get a +1 bonus to spell attack rolls and your spell save DC for 1 hour. Once this bonus lasts, once while this bonus lasts, you may increase the level of a spell of first level or higher by 1.
Oh,
Ta-da!
If only I had my papers, I could snapshot harder.
Hey, Will, you want some drugs?
whoa! Somebody say drugs?
First of all, is it really drugs? I feel like it's just to help them study a little harder.
It's a study aid. Yeah, it is a study aid. Hey, Will, you want some study aid?
It's a fucking study aid.
Oh my god, we found fantasy Adderall.
Are you guys doing anything else in this room before you start heading back to the main chamber?
I guess not. No,
Yeah.
I can't really see anything.
All right.
I want to find an item for the shop.
You want to find an item for the shop? Well, let me know when you find one.
Well, I mean, I know what it is as long as you let me find it. It's totally mundane.
Yeah, no, you find it. I trust you understand the gimmick of the shop.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I
yeah, you find one.
rummaging around underneath one of these piles of mushrooms. I find it's a weapon. It's a long metal rod, probably a foot. Well, it's not terribly long. It's about a foot and a half in length. It's got a chain at the end, and then at the end of the chain there is a heavy metal, spherical shape at the end. It's definitely a weapon of some variety, but that spherical shape, it's a concentric spiral spinning inward. Um, it's a snail flail.
Okay, doke.
Oh, I thought we were gonna grab a piece of wood that was covered in slime and call it a never burning torch.
There might be one of those. Hey, I found something for the shop. You go find your own thing.
All right, you guys head back to the last chamber, and I'll pull that up so we can remember what it looks like. I believe it was this one. Yep. Oh, it's still got the dead splats all over it. That's great. Burp. Most of the orange slime has dried up to like this crusty, uh, like film on everything at this point. And it kind of makes like a crunching noise as you walk through the tunnels. When you get to here, um, you walk through like this cloud of like this purplish mist. Uh, and this mist is actually like a bunch of spores. And as it like hits you in the face, you see these visions of that big ass mushroom dude that you rescued. Um, uh, Kneeling in front of that chest that had the blue mushrooms in it, and you have like this deep sense of mourning. Uh, and you seem to know almost instinctually that he is mourning the loss of uh like infantile mushroom people. That
Oh
chest
no.
was full of their young, and you get you get a sense of like personal failure coming from the idea that um that one chest was what this creature had managed to hide from the Ublex. Um, but somehow it found it anyways, and almost to like add insult to the desecration of these young, it forced one of its corpses essentially into his mouth.
The terrible Ooblex. How could it have done that, right, everybody?
Yeah, that's the general mood that you're getting is this vision is being shared across the hive. And that's followed quickly by several other visions of like just the mushroom people mourning the dead that you guys kind of made on the way through.
I think we should leave.
Yeah, we have to go talk to,
Just
what
real
was it,
quick,
Jiff? Tell him it's a job well done.
real quick here before we go
Oh, I'm
any
busy.
further. I'm gonna cast something on Aberforth.
Worrying.
I'm gonna cast Silver Tongue on Aberforth, and he's the only one that shall speak.
What does Silvered Tongue do?
You have advantage on deception rolls for an hour.
Ooh.
Oh no, not advantage. Plus 10 to persuasion and deception checks.
Ew.
Yeah, and
Also,
you can't be affected by a zone of truth.
yeah, also you can lie under a zone of truth spell.
So he shall be the only one to talk right now.
He's the boss.
Alright. Well, let's just throw that on there before I forget. It's persuasion and deception.
Oh,
Well, this should be great.
I could target another person too, Daphne.
Oh, there we go.
Our Voltron has at last finally come to fruition. We are your gods. No, probably not the time. Well,
All right, you guys crunch your way through the tunnels. And this area, there's a lot more mushroom men here than you saw previously. It seems like a whole bunch of them are either in hiding or just like elsewhere doing the Ublex's bidding. Uh, but this place is now a veritable like city of mushroom people. Well, probably more like a village, but there's a lot more than just like the four you saw on the way through. There's like
hmm.
a couple dozen.
Oh, hey, a spiritual weapon.
How many of
Oh,
these do
yeah.
you have, William?
William, we've told you about keeping your toys lying around.
Well, unless one of these mushroom people want to talk to us, I feel like we should go get the guy who sent us to help.
Yeah.
They kind of just silently watch you as you walk through the village. Uh, they kind of broadcast a feeling of confusion and like apprehension as they look at you guys. They're like, we don't know who you are, but if you killed the Ublex, you're probably scary people.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go get what's his name. I all I can remember is the fungi puns and the Fortnite
Yeah.
dancing.
All right,
Is
you guys meander through the mushroom village and go back through the tunnels, and eventually you emerge back into the daylight. Uh, and there's Jiff, just like standing there, like doing squats, waiting for you guys to come out of the hole.
Gotta stay limber.
He's got to stay limber. Um, he hops about 2 feet in the air when he sees you guys pop out of the hole, and Jiff goes, "So did you guys make it? Did you kill the slimy man? You look a little slimy. He's dead, right?"
Yes.
I
Very
raise my
bad.
arms and I start shambling toward him.
Whoa!
Uh,
Wow!
Hey, hey,
no,
Tark.
I'm just kidding.
The,
Oh, we got a funny guy over here.
Yeah. We
But
popped
yeah,
that
we
slime.
we dealt with the problem with the minimum amount of violence we could bring to bear when there were obstacles, also known as villagers.
And when you say minimum, you mean absolutely nobody was killed, correct? Correct? Correct?
I will let you know that I didn't kill any villagers.
I didn't kill any villagers.
Neither did I.
Not instilling a whole lot of confidence. Let me rephrase that. Were villagers killed?
Not that I remember, but I did get that big slimed guy on me, and I'm not sure what he was attempting to do there. Things may have gotten a little bit blurry for good old Aberforth. If you want, we can go down there with you to tell the villagers that you were the one who let us know they were in danger, and that's why we saved them. Give you a good word to try to get in the village again.
That would be fantastic. Fantastic. No, I don't like that one. That would be great.
Just him workshopping them as he talks to us.
Yeah, he's just like,
Oh, come on then, time to
He's
waste
like
them. Let's.
he's like an overly eager brand representative.
Uh, he he does a very deep squat. He squats so deep that his knees go up past where his ears would be. And he does a very large leap up into the air. He leaps almost his entire body length, and he, in one swift, fluid motion, dives headfirst into the hole and disappears.
Oh, come on, everybody. That's our only lead going down there. Back into the Fungeon.
Okay, I guess we follow.
I'm sticking with the crew.
Great. You get back into the tunnels. You find Jiff in a crumpled heap at the bottom of the hole. He was in no way prepared to land, but that jump was impressive. Um, as
I love
you
him
as
so
you
much.
approach, he seems to just snap back up to standing, and he dusts himself off like nothing happened. He planned it all along. He's like, yes, yes, I meant to do that.
Yep. Our anime side character in our high fantasy world.
And Jiff starts gleefully marching down the tunnels.
Yep. Let's go with him. Let's try to keep next to him so that they don't see him and immediately try to beat him.
Fine by me.
All right. You escort Jiff back into the village. And the big elder mushroom man uh was already kind of standing there ready for you guys. Like he had like some kind of forewarning that you were on your way down the tunnels.
Okay.
And the big mushroom man kind of commands you to stop once you're about like 20 feet away from the edge of the tunnel. It says, "Stop."
Well, we stop, and if necessary, we physically stop Jiff from continuing to walk.
No, Jiff becomes as rigid as a board, and he does that little wobble thing. Um, the elder mushroom says, "Jiff, you know you've been banished. You're obnoxious as hell, and we don't want you here." and Jiff goes, Yeah. That is entirely correct, sir. However, these great fine people came to rescue you folks on my behalf. I found them. It's it's my fault you're not dead. I don't know
He's
if I
not
want to use the
wrong.
word fault. These
I was
people are
about to
my
say.
fault.
He's absolutely true. We would not have known anything about your plight unless he had waved us down and asked us to help you.
Yes, he was very insistent.
Uh, the big mushroom man stands there, and he appears to be mulling something over. He it's a very pensive pause that he's taking, and eventually he perks back up and he goes, "My people would still be under the sway of the Ublex, were not for your intervention. We shall show you our thanks." Uh, and another mushroom man shows up with a very small with a like a footlocker sized chest, um, and kind of walks it up to you guys and places it at your feet in front of Jiff, before hurrying back to the big mushroom. And he says, "Take this with our thanks."
It's gonna be the shit we stole, isn't it?
And he goes, "Jiff, you're still obnoxious and still banished." And Jiff goes, "All right then." And he turns around and just marches right back up the tunnels.
Fully
I
support
can,
that decision.
I can only hope I will ever be as optimistic as Jiff. All right. Well, thank you, and we hope you don't have any more oozy problems. And then, unless anyone else has anything to do, I guess we leave.
If we have an opportunity to rest, it would be a good idea. Um, our casters are
Oh,
very low on
yeah.
slots,
Well, but
and it seems like this place is pretty safe compared to the overworld.
I mean, hell, we could just ask to camp out in the tunnel. Like, please don't take this as aggressive. We just want to rest before we continue walking topside.
Yeah, resting near a community of people who like us is probably a good idea.
Like is a strong term.
If it's shelter you seek, you shall find it here tonight.
Great.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Thank you.
Um, you wouldn't happen to, by any chance, have any food that isn't rotten?
He gestures towards the chest at your feet.
I see. Thank you. Can I pop open the chest?
Yeah. Inside the chest is about a week's worth of rations for each of you. It all appears to
Oh,
be like this leathery, like mushroom hide stuff. Um, Looks like they just grow it here from the mushrooms that are just like kind of all over the place, and it just looks like dried mushroom leather. Um, and there's also a staff there.
hmm.
Actually, did not open.
Is it a
My
Bastion week? So 10 days?
yes, 10 days of rations for each of you, which means there's like 50 blocks of this mushroom leather. What did I put in this box? There is a bell branch from Tasha's.
Fell branch?
Bell branch from out of Tasha's. And let me go grab Tasha's real quick.
I have it right here.
Oh, okay, great.
Um, the branch has 3 charges and it regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. You can use the charges in the following ways while holding it. As a bonus action, you can expend 1 charge to detect the presence of aberrations, celestials, constructs, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead within 60 feet of you. If such creatures are present and don't have total cover, the bell rings softly, their tone indicating the creature type's presence, And as an action, you can expend 1 charge to cast Protection from Good and Evil.
So,
Huh,
so
useful.
correct me if I'm wrong, but it's always going to detect Fey if Daphne doesn't have total cover.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
And if I was being a stickler, it'll always detect fiends if Yer is nearby.
I love it.
Cool.
It's also a spell casting focus.
Okay, yeah, you guys get
So-
1 night of rest.
yes. So that's 1 hit die back, right?
Yep.
Wait,
Before
is it an arcane or is it a
It's a staff.
arcane focus or a holy symbol?
Oh, uh, none of us can use it.
why
Oh no, Yer can use it because it requires attunement by a druid or a warlock.
Ah,
Oh.
before we rest, I got one more of these in the tank.
Ooh.
Why, thank you.
Hooray for magical healing.
So the only person who can use the bell branch will activate it and it'll immediately go off because he's a fiend.
It's also protection from good and evil. So
True.
Well, it has different bells for each. So, like the fiend bell will always go off, but like it'll also tell you if any of the other ones.
so I don't have to choose which one I'm trying to detect of. It'll just tell me what is nearby.
I believe that's how it works.
It does say their tone indicating the creature types present.
Yeah. So it tells you it has like 4 different lights essentially that turn on whether or not there's a creature type there.
Where's
Awesome.
that terrible class feature?
I'll just put that in my inventory, I guess.
Okay. You have a bell branch.
I'm when we get up, I'm gonna recast my aid. So, oh god, who did I cast it on before? Uh, Arcturus and Aberforth. Just keep your max HP where it is. You gain 10 more HP if you weren't already at full from healing.
Thank you.
Okie dokie. Oh, still resting. Ooh. Look at you healthy folks.
Don't worry, we can fix that pretty quick.
Oh yeah, I'm working on it. What do you guys do next?
Uh, we set off towards the Rot Castle, unless we
Yeah,
are waylaid or somebody else has a better idea than certain death.
yeah.
You guys get outside the tunnels, and there's Jiff, just kind of spinning in place on 1 foot.
Do you do you just spend all your time out here?
It's not like I have anywhere else to go.
Fair point.
Daphne does that thing where she just like opening her mouth to say something and then just yeah, Daphne's just gonna keep heading in the direction we were going.
All right.
Well, best of luck on getting unbanished, Jiff.
You guys just leave him there.
What does he
I
want? A
I
cookie?
mean,
I don't
I
know.
love the
Just
guy to death,
Were you expecting
but
us to take him with us?
no. I'm just wondering if you guys had anything else to say to him before you
Look,
fucked
look,
up.
look, he gave us a job and that was cool, but the elder was right. He's annoying as shit.
Yeah. Daphne has had exactly as much Jif as she has ever needed in her life.
my only regret is that my snapshot papers were ruined, so I couldn't take a selfie with Jiff before leaving him forever.
Take a
What we're trying
snapshot
to
with
say here is choosy moms in this case do not choose Jif.
Well, unfortunately, Jiff has chosen you because you don't get much farther than you don't even get out of earshot range before you hear Jiff yell, "Wait, wait, where are you guys going? Let me come!" And he starts like sprinting after you guys.
Oh, goddess, no.
No, this could be a great thing. I mean, I I don't think mold can rot, so he might be the one person immune to where we're going.
He runs up to you guys and he's like, "Hey, it looks like you guys are heading towards the big scary castle. Is that where you're going?
You guessed right, my friend.
I gotta go there anyways. I gotta pick up another Ublex. The last one didn't work."
Well,
What?
I'm always willing to help a fellow entrepreneur.
Fantastic. And he just starts
I
walking towards the castle.
Hell yeah. I admire his problem solving capabilities.
hate
I've
this
been gonna
place
I,
so
I've been
much.
I've been gonna wish him like luck with the next terrible thing happening to the place. I didn't think he'd be the reason the terrible things happen.
Daphne is sort of shell shocked for a moment, and then she just kind of shakes her head and just, oh, it's not that different from the Feywild.
Thank you for giving us the mushroom equivalent of claptrap.
It really is just like home.
So
Well,
you guys start.
Arcturus looks at his axe, then he looks at the back of Jiff walking away.
no, no,
He
no,
looks back at
no.
his axe,
Now,
and he looks
Arcturus,
back at Jiff.
I have been toying with the idea of a mascot for the shop.
You
That guy,
want an Ublex in the shop?
No, 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 no. But Jif seems to have an
'Cause you might
unending
get
well of
that.
energy.
We already have a mascot. His name is Grub.
I thought the
And the
mascot
boy.
was the jar of ticks.
And the jar of ticks, of course.
Well, we have this entire journey to think about it.
Arcturus, let me run this one by you. He might be useful. He knows where we're going and is familiar with the place. And that is useful. And once he's also going to stop being useful very quickly after that.
Fair point.
And definitely just going to keep going.
Okie doke. You guys walk for the rest of the day. It's not too far. Like when you're uninterrupted, getting there is pretty quick. You spend the rest of the day walking. The buzzards seem to leave you guys alone as long as Jeff is in your company. Um, it seems he's too obnoxious for them as well. Um, and you get to the outskirts of this large walled town. Uh, well, I want to say large. It's really not more than like a mile and a half wide, but it is incredible. It is entirely walled off. Um, it, you almost get like a familiar feeling because you know you're used to having huge ass walls all over the place. So it's almost comforting having this large wall in front of you as opposed to the uh, gaping void that is every other direction. Um, uh, the place itself has like this nauseatingly sweet smell coming from it. Like you guys have smelt it a whole bunch before. It is very, very much the smell of rotting meat, just hanging in the air. As Jiff is slowly guiding you guys towards where the front gate is, um, you start seeing like like just a bunch of corpses just kind of all over the place in advanced stages of rot. It looks like it was just a bunch of people who were trying to get to the inside and then like died right before they got there.
Fun.
Jiff,
Yeah,
you said you've been here before.
sure have.
Uh, where is the end? How far have you gotten in?
All the way.
It's never bothered you?
No.
Hmm. Have you ever seen anyone else who isn't a mushroom person get in?
Everyone else inside.
Hmm.
Jiff starts making it a game to like kind of jump, like over every corpse that he goes near, almost like he's playing hopscotch.
He's such a chipper psychopath.
Well, I'm not going to be the one to test it.
What
I'm going to wait for Aberforth to do it.
you stop before you hit the field of death.
Yes.
Okie doke.
Abe is
If my
following Jeff. I
yeah,
100% trust him. He has been completely upfront with us. We should have asked where the Ublex came from.
This man seems. This mushroom seems incapable of lying.
Exactly.
Lying is not a concept he is familiar with.
that's fair. Daphne had to learn it. It turns out it's way easier.
So Aberforth, are you also hopping over corpses, or are you just kind of picking your way through?
Well, when in Rome.
One in Rome. All right. Aberforth is also playfully leaping over corpses. He seems fine.
I
Uh,
will not leap over the corpses, but I am going to follow along.
You are also fine.
yeah, I'm following at a distance so
Give me a
that if
Constitution save. No, I'm kidding. Uh,
if there's anyone, uh, if any sort of at a long enough distance that if Aberforth suddenly drops dead of some magical effect, I will notice
you
before
can turn,
crossing myself.
you can turn and run.
Yeah.
um,
Well, I
Daphne,
just want to have enough time to notice where the border is.
not taking the time to frolic with us.
you walk past one of the vultures, like ripping the innards out of one of the corpses, and as you pass kind of close to it, it kind of pauses for a moment, uh, gives like a playful little childish giggle, as it tilts its head off to the side, and like some viscera falls out of its beak before quickly shoving its head back inside the corpse. Uh, what did Will and Year do?
Not dance over corpses, make our way over. Like,
Uh, yeah, Year's just sorry, Will is just kind of like carefully stepping over corpses because like, man, I fucking hate this place.
Yeah, no, it's not great. All right. You guys pick your way through the field of death, and as you turn the corner, there is a very large gateway there. It's about 40 feet across, and about 80 feet high. There is a wrought iron portcullis with about, I want to say like a foot and a half wide gap, like square gap, um, uh, like in between the bars of the portcullis. Uh, and in front of that is a small collection of animated skeletons that seem to be watching the gate. Maybe about a half dozen or so, and they kind of wordlessly, like their skulls wordlessly follow you as you uh, like move to stand in front of the gate proper.
All right, Jiff. Do we need to know anything special to get in, or is it just ask to go in?
Well, you see, here's here's the thing. If you want in, They need some kind of tribute.
Could you give an example?
I'd love to. And he walks right up to one of the skeletons and he grabs a hold of like his torso and he just like kind of pulls a hunk of the mushroom flesh off of himself and he hands it to one of the skeletons, uh, who then turns, holds the chunk of flesh up over his head, almost like triumphantly, and the gate opens just high enough for Jeff to walk in, and like slams shut behind him. And Jeff turns around and goes, "Ta-da!"
Hmm.
I'm sorry. Hey, Jeff, could you do that again? I wasn't paying attention.
I can't reach through the bars.
I love how Jeff is game to do it again.
Like his he's got like these big meaty forearms. They don't really go through the bars.
All right, people. Now, we could do what he just did, but that would require a lot of pain and also healing. Any other plan?
I mean, I, you just gave them a piece of mushroom flesh, right? I've
What's
got
the
10 in my
minimum?
pocket.
What's the minimum? I mean, could we just like brush off a couple skin cells?
Jeff didn't seem particularly precise with his actions.
What,
Yeah,
what the hell are cells?
I don't know. It's just a word I heard. It's just a word I heard William use.
Huh. Hmm. We should have brought one of the mushroom people with us. Well, aside from Jeff.
We have a lot of dried mushroom leather with us. You know, maybe that's what they want.
Could
So
try
the
it.
I walk up to the gate.
I was about to say the question then becomes: does it have to be living flesh?
And does it
Yeah,
have to be
that's a
from
good
us?
question. I hand the skeletons a piece of my ration, my mushroom leather.
Um, it doesn't even take it from your hand. It just kind of like looks at it, and then looks back at you, like it's a like almost like giving you the sense like try something else.
What is it with the undead near Bastion being so damn picky about what we give them? The brokers, the skeletons, Daphne's one friend who was picky about the drugs.
Can I approach the gate without tipping that, without like pissing them off?
Arcturus got pretty close.
So I'm gonna walk up to the gate and
Mhm.
go, "Hey, Jiff, can you tear off a small piece and hand it through the gate? Just like just kind of like feed it through."
Why can't you do it? I showed you how.
Oh yeah, no. See, the problem is that I'm not a mushroom man, and they clearly want mushroom man flesh.
You know what? I think you're onto something there. And he pinches off a little bit more and hands it to you through the bars.
Oh, thanks, Jeff. So I take my small bit of mushroom man flesh and hold it out to the skeleton.
Hmm. Skeleton doesn't take it.
Damn, I was
It's got to
hoping
be
that would
from
work.
us.
Go pass it back to Jeff. It would be rude to not use it.
You're right. You're right. You're right. I slide it back through the bars to give it back to Jeff.
Jeff tosses it in the air like a piece of popcorn and eats it. Except he's a mushroom and he doesn't actually have a digestive system, so it just kind of like hits him in the face and falls off onto the ground.
You just cookie monsters it.
Uh, I'm going to pluck out a few. No. Ugh. I really don't want to if we can avoid it. I don't want this guy having a part of my body. Hey, Aberforth. And Daphne's going to pull out just a little. Would it be realistic for her to have this? I guess I'll use a dagger. Aberforth, let me
Hmm,
get a couple of hairs of your mustache.
absolutely not. Have you seen how much effort I put into this mustache? I am literally covered with hair, and you choose the one part I actively tend to.
Okay, well, give me some fur from somewhere else then.
All right, fine. I just like stick out my forearm.
All right, I shave off just a little tuft, just try to grab a little bit of it,
Okay.
and I'm going to offer it.
It does not take it.
Yeah, I didn't
Um,
figure.
the skeleton kind of like locks eyes with you, and a raspy voice kind of comes out of it, and it says, "The Baron of Rot demands flesh."
Oh, what? You're saying this isn't flesh? Look, I just cut it right off of him.
It makes like this rattling, uh, almost chime like noise.
Uh,
Uh, dude, we're we're in a field of corpses, right?
Yeah, they're all like really fucking rotted though.
I mean, there's
yeah,
enough flesh that the vultures were eating some.
I mean, there's vultures.
That's what I was
Oh,
just
there's
gonna say.
vultures. Hmm. Well, I do have a bow. How far away are the vultures?
They're all over the place. They're enjoying the corpses.
Well, I guess I will attempt to. Wait, how close did we walk to one earlier?
It let Daphne get like 4 feet from it. It seemed
Oh,
perfect. It seemed completely unconcerned with what you guys were doing.
well then I'll just walk over to one and then I'll attempt to sneak attack.
Okay. Yeah, it's
Surprise!
got its head. It's got its head like right up the ass of this poor dude, just
All
ripping
right.
the insides out of him.
So, am I rolling to hit or am I rolling
Yeah,
damage?
roll to hit just in case.
Okay.
You could embarrass yourself. No, you're good. Yeah, no, you smite a
Huzzah!
vulture.
Exactly.
You
And then
have
I'll.
you have like roughly 6 pounds of vulture there.
All right. Do the other vultures take notice of this?
Yeah, no, they all like they scream like this blood curdling like young child scream. Uh and like all just take off to the air.
All right. I bring the vulture to the group and we hopefully semi evenly split it up and I try handing in my portion of vulture.
All right, yeah, you give them about a pound of flesh, and then they open the gate for you.
Hooray!
I'll
great.
follow suit before this rots.
What?
Does that does that get all of us in or just Aberforth?
You get Aberforth in.
Uh,
I said
God
I'd
damn
follow.
it.
I said I'll follow suit before the starts to rot.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
that
split
works.
it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one vulture cut up amongst the 5 of you is definitely enough to get in there.
Can't wait to find
Nice.
out they also charge the toll to get out.
You know that would be apropos.
Okay, yeah, you paid your
Yeah.
pound of flesh, and you find yourselves in the castle of the Baron of Rot. Inside there is a lot more living people than you'd expect to see. Um, they don't look well off. A lot of them look malnourished, and a lot of them have like sores, almost like there's a pox inside the castle, and uh, they all look incredibly depressed. None of them are moving with any sense of agency, and none of the and everybody seems completely disinterested in your guys' arrival. Uh, Jif is Jif is doing like that Russian kicking dance while he was waiting for you guys.
All right. Well, now that we're here, um, I mean, Jiff has to go buy something, and merchants, we can generally purchase information too. Let's see where Jiff goes to buy stuff.
I didn't get the vibe that he was gonna buy it. I more so that he was just going to pick it up here.
Yeah,
Yes.
you don't buy an Oblex. I don't have any money.
Oh, come on. All right. Well, wait. Do they just keep them around here, or
So,
do you have
so,
a?
so what's the over under that we show up to like the Baron of Rot and he's like, "How's it going, Baron? I brought you 5 meat bags in exchange for an Ublex."
I mean, significantly better now that you've mentioned it to me.
Well,
If it's anything like home, then technically speaking, we are under the protection of the rules of hospitality. We were invited in.
No, we weren't.
You purchased your way in.
Well, same difference.
No, it's not.
Um. Anyways, Jiff starts sauntering through the crowd.
oh, we can't lose our guide. He's been so helpful.
He's pretty easy to catch. He's a good like 2 feet taller than everyone else. Well, he's easy to spot, not that he's easy to catch. If anything, that makes him harder to catch. He has a very long stride.
Well, unless anyone has any better ideas as to where to go to get information here.
No, unfortunately not.
Don't have a whole lot of experience here.
All right, you guys continue to follow Jiff, I guess.
We roll streetwise. I already know people here.
I mean, you streetwise would be the skill you use to like ask around or like spot people who would know the area. Um, but if you're still following Jiff, Jiff walks through the small city for about 10 minutes, before he finds what appears to be like an outhouse, out back behind this inn,
Gross.
and
Well, let's give the man his privacy, shall we?
he looks over and he goes, "Say, none of you would happen to have a jar, would you?"
Um, I don't think I do.
He's just like standing there completely motionless, waiting for an answer.
I have an empty water skin.
That'll work.
I'll let him have it.
Great. He takes your water skin and he unscrews the top. Uh, Takes it into the outhouse with him.
We fought a gross sentient shit monster.
Uh,
Lovely.
Inside the outhouse, there is a
Why
loud.
would you assume we would follow him in there?
It he you hear a loud ruckus, and the whole structure like shakes and rocks and almost comes off of its foundation. Um, uh, Before the door flies open, Jiff is tumbling head over heels down the small step, and he lands in almost the identical crumpled heap that he was in at the bottom of the tunnel, before snapping back up to his feet with a very heavily laden water skin in one hand, and it's kind of like writhing around in his hand, like it's got something alive in there, and he's twisting the top onto it, and he goes, "One Ooplex. Maybe this one will work."
Just gonna say as an aside to
Ooblex.
Arcturus, I'm not sure if he was thrown out or that was him voluntarily leaving.
Is it an Ooblex or a Pooblex?
Yes.
Well, best of luck with you, Jiff. I hope this one works out for you.
You guys aren't going to kill this one?
Unfortunately, no. Probably not. Maybe.
I
It
mean,
depends
if
what we're doing when we come back through.
it's in a water skin, seems like it'd be infinitely easier to kill this one.
Well, I gotta set it loose first, my guy.
See, you need time to set up. The villagers won't be happy if they're not actually in danger before they're saved.
It takes at least 2 weeks for one of these to come of age.
Yeah.
It's gotta fester.
Jiff, I I have the dawning feeling that it's coming close to the time when we part ways, and honestly, I have to say I couldn't be any more excited. But before we do, I have to ask, how many times have you tried this?
Um, he starts trying to count on his fingers, and then gets disappointed when he realizes he doesn't have fingers. Um,
And it hasn't worked yet.
uh, it'll work eventually. They haven't figured out it's me yet, at least. I'm gonna. I, I would be a failure if I gave up now.
Jiff
And old Jiffy
and
boy ain't a failure.
and Jiff Daphne puts a hand on his shoulder, which is quite a stretch for her. Jiff, you're already a failure. And Daphne,
You really mean that?
yes, absolutely. From the deepest pit of sincerity that I'm capable of summoning.
No, no one's ever, no one ever said I'd amount to anything, and you believe in me that much? They always said I'd never make anything of myself,
And now he's
And
made a
they were right.
failure.
and look at me.
No.
I'm a failure. They were wrong.
Listen, Daphne, sometimes you just have to let them go.
I'm trying.
Oh, Jeff, we'll see you when we're coming back through.
Okay.
Uh, and then
Um, I guess I'm just gonna try to scan around and like, is there any sense of
we're not gonna
hierarchy?
we're not gonna schmooze with the depressed, plague-ridden people.
So the
They,
village itself seems to be uh something is keeping it well maintained. The buildings themselves do not seem to be in any kind of disrepair. They're largely stone and plaster, materials that just are not going to rot. Um, and the roofs are all like clay tile, so it looks like deliberately they avoided using organic materials in the construction of the village. Um, the people, however, look incredibly run down. They're malnourished. Um, uh, some of them look like they're on the verge of like total dehydration. And almost almost every uh house you can see has like a burning chimney. Um, and the smell from all the smoke coming from the chimneys is incredibly acrid. Like it's not wood smoke that you're smelling; it's something different.
bones.
Um, and you actually see a few fires kind of set out in the street. And it looks like they're just like constantly boiling water to drink.
Mm.
Well, at least they're productive.
It seems about it seems like that's about all they can manage to do is like just barely survive.
Depressing. Uh, God, goddess, we're gonna have to talk to someone, aren't we? I was really hoping we weren't.
Well, if we're fast, we could probably go catch Jiff, if that's what you really want, Daphne.
Yeah, Jeff
It's
hasn't
not.
gotten too far yet. You can still see him.
Uh, I guess I'll try to flag someone down.
Yeah, okay, you get a hold of someone. It's an old woman. Well, I say old woman. She could be 20 for all you know. She is just ragged.
Are these people? They look like human.
They're humanoid. Um, it's hard to tell specifically which race they are because just like how degraded their bodies are. They could be humans. They could be some form of shader kai. Uh, they don't have horns, so they're probably not tieflings. But they're just like it looks like a leper colony.
Hmm.
So like everybody just looks miserable and ill, and like they all have like little pieces of themselves missing that looks like they've just been rubbed off in their sores.
Hi. So sorry. I was just hoping I could pick your brains a little bit.
You get this lady's attention, and as her eyes like focus on you, uh, she seems like enamored with your appearance, and she goes, "My dear, you are the most beautiful thing I have ever seen."
I get that a lot, but
It will fade with time.
wow. Okay, rude.
She also gets that a lot.
No, nothing beautiful lasts here.
Okay, well, we don't plan to stick around for long, anyway. Do you know anything about the Lord of Rot?
I suppose I do. Um, but we should not speak his name here. And she just kind of like looks around, like she doesn't trust anybody else in the village.
I say. Is there somewhere else where you'd be more comfortable talking?
Um, okay, fine, but you will not survive long if your business is with the Lord of Rot.
Well, chances are we won't survive long no matter what we do. We are adventurers, after all.
You speak truth. Nothing survives long in this place. Um, and she starts hustling towards one of the close by buildings.
I'll follow her, and I'll wave everybody else over too.
Yeah, let's follow.
Um,
Sure thing.
she struggles with the doorknob a little bit, and she winces and yelps, um, in pain a little bit, and you see something like kind of fall out of her hand, in front of the door. She doesn't bother to pick it up. She just kind of opens the door and passes into the house.
It's a finger, isn't it?
It's the tip of her finger,
Called it.
and she just goes right into the house, and
I'll
leaves the
follow.
door open for you guys.
I will follow her. I will not touch the doorknob.
Anyone else
Well, we
following?
follow.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, you guys all funnel into this small cottage. The floor is made out of flagstones. Um, the table is just a large piece of granite. It's just like a big square slab. Um, and in the kitchen, uh, which looks like it hasn't been used to prepare food in a very long time, is a stove, and in the stove is burning, and you guys guessed it right. There was a pile of bones burning in the stove, and
Hmm.
on the stove is a pot of water that's being kept at a simmer. Uh, she she hustles. Well, she doesn't really hustle. She just kind of like weakly shuffles into the kitchen and starts dipping like mugs into the water on the stove, and it's like, I offer you some moisture.
I'm all right, thank you.
It's quite
No, thank you.
hot.
I'm sure it is. Now, about the hmm,
She drinks the near boiling substance without like any reaction to its temperature.
the one who shall not be named. I take it from the general vibe that they are something of a local problem.
No, no, he's not a problem at all. He is responsible for all of this. And she just kind of like gestures around. He goes, Without him, we we would be like those outside."
Which is to say,
You saw them, didn't you?
oh, right, of course, the bodies.
Yes, yes, them.
Right. Uh, do you know anything about a? This is. Hmm. Do you know anything about a large troll coming by from this direction?
Troll? Uh,
Yes.
I've only heard rumors of trolls. I've not seen one with my own eye.
Have there been any recent reports of monsters around?
My dear, we're all monsters here.
Yes. I mean more sort of like big, bloodthirsty, rah, that kind of thing.
No, the walls keep us safe. The large ones, they don't make it through the gate.
Yes, I was more sort of concerned
It's the
about things
small ones
coming.
you need to worry about.
Yes, understood. I was more sort of in the hmm. Where is uh the one we came here for?
The Lord of Rot?
Yes.
You can say his name. It's not magic. It's a
I didn't
name.
I did well, I didn't suppose it was magic, but when someone said asked you politely not to mention a name,
No, 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 not in public. We're safe here. The 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 walls have eyes but not ears. They see us, but they do not know what we say.
I say, yes, we're interested in the Lord of Rot. We are not from here. We represent people who have been troubled recently about monsters coming through a portal. We tracked one coming from this direction.
She
We
she's holding her mug on a little saucer or whatever. Well, no, she's not holding it on a saucer. She's holding her mug with two hands, and she starts like spilling it, and where it spills onto her hands start to like blister a little bit because it's still really hot. She still doesn't react, and she goes, "You're from beyond? Are you going
so
back?
that is the plan, yes.
Take me with you.
If we can, that's
Take
certainly something we can
take,
arrange.
take me with you now.
We have to deal with the problem we were sent here first.
What problem? Why would you come here? If you can go back, you should. Take me with you."
Ma'am, we are
How?
She she
hired.
she throws her
If I,
mug at the wall and it shatters and she stands up screaming at you. She goes, "This is not a place for such beauty! You must leave!" And like as she's screaming it seems to be like more than like her weak flesh can handle. And she starts like coughing up blood as like bits of her esophagus is like torn from the force of her screaming.
okay, I don't know how to handle. Look, Just tell us what direction the Lord of Rot is in.
Uh, she can't talk anymore. Her she has devolved to like this wet hacking as she's just like coughing up all kinds of mess. Um, she does feebly raise one hand and point in the direction of the central castle. Uh, she does manage to like struggle out a few rough words. Goes there. You are perfect. He will see you.
Sorry, did she say he will see you?
Yeah.
Hmm. Thank you. And Daphne's going to cast a cure. Well, wait, do I have?
It's not gonna fix her throat. Unfortunately, you need like regeneration to like actually close wounds. It'll make her feel better, but it's not gonna like fix her throat.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna fix her throat. Why don't I have?
Cure wounds will like just give her like some energy. Like that, it's a stamina boost more than it is anything else.
Yeah, this is more just to more just a show of good faith. I'll give her some healing for the road. I will offer her. Look here, and Daphne will pull out uh, three of the rations she was given. Just, look, these are clean. They don't rot. You can have them as a thank you for the information. And
She looks up at you like her eyes are just like dripping with tears. Um, and she can kind of talk after the healing, and she goes, "Oh, he will ruin you."
listen, lady, if there was a man in the world who could ruin me, I've already met him.
Aberforth beat him to it.
Um, yeah. And then we'll just I I'm not going to make any promises to her, so I'll just as politely as possible just excuse ourselves and start heading out.
She like weakly follows you to the door the entire time. She's like, "Don't go, go," but she doesn't follow you any further than the doorway.
Once we're outside, I kind of gather us close and I talk quietly and I say, I know that tracking down that monster where it came from might be important. I think we're also looking for a way to shut that passage down, to close it somehow. And I think I remember the leaf tenders mentioning that maybe there was an item, an artifact of some kind that causes it to stay open. It might be the wrong tack to approach this from, or where are the monsters coming from, or who's sending them, and more who's holding this gate open and how. Troll could have just wandered in.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's just, do we really want to bring up the whole portal thing to the Lord of Rot? Because if he doesn't know about it, he might decide he wants to go investigate through it. And that seems significantly worse than what's currently going through it.
Right. So maybe we don't talk about it with the Lord of Rot himself, but we do ask around as to whether there's anybody who knows about these passageways between the Shadow Wild and beyond.
Look, look, I mean, I don't think we're gonna get much better information. I mean, it, the only people we've met on the way here uh, are either half crazed or totally isolated. The only people we've met here are, well,
All the way crazed.
and isolated.
There's a reason you got the headbands on.
The It seems like the only way we're going to get any sort of idea of what's going on, being that we are in a place totally unfamiliar to us, is to try to seek who's in charge.
Well, does anyone have any better ideas?
Um,
I am
is there a
concerned. I am concerned, however, about her warning about he will see us.
I think he wouldn't see a common townsfolk because they are, of that advanced state of decay, but he might see us who are not decaying, as in he would allow us into his chambers to physically be in his presence, etc. As opposed to this sort of all-seeing eye, like he will see you. I don't think it was that sort of a
Correct.
warning.
It's you guys are extraordinary. He would definitely let you come see him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I misinterpreted that.
Yeah, no, it's you're not
He's
like
not
the rest of
Sauron.
us. He would be intrigued.
Okay.
You're an oddity.
Watch out! There's an eye at the top of the tower. He can see you.
Oh no!
Even so, up to 10 minutes, huh? Hmm.
I wonder if perhaps there's a. I mean, I know this place looks pretty depressed, but are there any holy places? Are there any repositories of information, or is it just a bunch of people huddled behind these walls because they
There is a
can?
church, or at least what you assume is a
Yeah,
church. It's very church looking. Got like the classic like church steeples and um got some stained glass windows.
That might be a good place to try.
church might be a good place to try. They might have a library. I really think that our if we can avoid talking about this to the Lord of Rot, we might be better served. It's got to be some way to get information without having to expose ourselves to what that lady fears.
Hey, listen, man, I'm in no hurry to go talk to the creepy guy.
Then let's go to church. You probably won't
Well,
catch fire walking in the door. Come on, it'll be fine.
Uh,
Excuse you.
it's always about religion. These employees, just for the love of God.
I'm a woman. I am a woman of the divine. Thank you very much.
Yeah, the this church here.
I thought you were more a woman of the spirits.
Well,
Womp
I am
womp.
that too.
okay, so you guys go to the church. Uh, inside the church, it's full of people, and they're all like sitting in like just row after row of pews. There's got to be at least like 50, 60 people in here, and they are all like quietly muttering to themselves. It sounds almost like desperate muttering, like they're pleading, they're begging for stuff. Um, and uh, standing at the lectern is a man covered in uh like black and white strips of cloth, just all kind of like all hanging down off of his body, and his face is like two-thirds covered. You can really only see one of his eyes. He's got like a veil over the rest of his face, and he seems to also just be like quietly standing there with his head kind of like facing downwards. He's just like knelt, and based off like his body language or whatever, he's also like quietly praying for stuff.
Uh, like, question as a player to the DM
Mhm.
that just occurred to me. Is the Shadow Wilds under the same, like, divine intervention rules as Bastion, where you have to be an actual,
No,
uh, okay.
no.
So this is
It
just
is it in
indie
no way
layman who
benefits from the
worships
drag.
no.
It in no way benefits from the Dragon Pact. It is its own plane of existence. Um,
Okay.
that kind of exists in like this shattered, barely functioning limbo. Typically, the Feywild or the Shadowfell would be uh like equal in size to the plane that they're attached to. So like the shadow the Feywilds of uh Faerun are the same size as Faerun and have the same general structure of Faerun. So like a mountain in Faerun might be it might not be a mountain in the shadow in the Feywild, but it would at least be like a very large, like maybe a tree or something. Like there would be an equally impressive landmark in the same spot. Uh, the Shadow Wilds are like a very corrupted version of that. So like this this plot of land that you're on is where the fields of Elos are, and it is
The
this
antithesis of that, it fields rot instead of growth.
yeah, it's like an antithesis of that. And but it's also in no way influenced by the Dragon Pact. Instead of walls, there are like these great chasms that separate the land masses from each other.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Um,
but like, so it's not operating under the holy casters have to be within sanctified ground to do their thing unless they're specifically connected to their god.
nope. But also, at least as far as Daphne and William are concerned, oh, and I guess also you're also a divine character ish. Um, you do not sense the presence of the divine in this church. There is no deity listening to these prayers.
Oof. Uh, I suggest we wait for them to finish. Don't want to be rude.
Don't want to be rude. That's a new one for you, Daphne.
It's a matter of the place we're in.
You guys bicker awkwardly amongst each other for a couple minutes. Uh, and the head priest kind of lifts his head up, and he says with a very not loud, but like he projects well, like his voice carries across the whole church. But he projects very well, and he says, uh, "It appears we have newcomers in the church. Please come, have a seat." And like everyone in the church just like stops all at once, and like in unison, they all kind of like raise their heads and stare at you guys. And
Yeah.
these people are like the worst off that you've seen so far. Like they're missing like whole pieces of their faces. Half of them don't have lips. Um, uh, you don't see a single pair of eyes in the entire building. Like these people are just like the most miserable examples of these poor folks.
Daphne will take a seat.
Yep.
Sure.
uh, when you do, immediately everyone else just starts praying again, and the priest steps down from his lectern and he just kind of slowly makes his way up the aisle, checking on people as he does, until he reaches the pew that you guys all sat in. He goes, and when he gets like a good close look at you, you notice the one eye that he does have revealed looks heavily cataracted, and he doesn't seem to be able to see particularly well. But he gets a good look at you. He goes, "You lot aren't from here, are you?
No.
What gave it away?
Are you wanderers?
Wandering implies a lack of direction.
So you're here on
So
purpose?"
yes.
We are.
We are.
We were hired to deal with some trouble that originated in this direction. We were hoping that perhaps you had some information that might help us.
If it's salvation you're looking for, you've found it. Our Lady Queen Lizark will answer our prayers.
Mm, I was thinking more information of the practical kind.
Are you lost?
No, just unfamiliar with the territory.
That sounds like lost.
Do you know anything about an artifact of great power that might be causing trouble in the area?
Trouble, you say? These
Yes.
my people have many troubles.
Mm,
I have a question for you.
Yes,
How did you come to this place?
was born here.
Have you always been here?
I have always been here. Not all of the keep are of the land. Many of them are strays, those lost like you.
Do you know how the strays came to this place?
They
Where they
speak.
came from?
They all tell wondrous tales of a land with great spires and, and beauty and fresh air.
hmm.
We consider them mad. They come around soon enough. Are you strict with such madness? We can help.
Oh, no. No, 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 no. Of course not.
No, of course not.
Uh, but hmm, Daphne's just going to turn around and just, I don't think this guy can help us.
Do you know where some of these strays, as you call them, might be, such that we can try to
Uh,
maybe lend
he
them our aid?
he gestures around. He goes, "Much of my congregation were once strays. In fact, I'd say a sizable portion of the village as a whole were once strays. Unfortunately, too many of them don't make it past the gates." And his one eye just kind of like wanders off pensively. Regardless, l- Lady, our queen, Lazark, she tends to us. We are her garden, and and she she takes care of us.
I see. It seems like she's doing an excellent job.
She is.
Uh,
All that we have, we owe to her.
yes. Well, if you don't know anything about the artifact in question, I suppose we'll be on our way.
What artifact?
The one I was referring to earlier. We
An
were
art
sent here
an
to find.
an artifact that causes problems? I believe most
Yes.
artifacts cause problems, but I I have not heard tales of any such object. We
As I
we rarely leave the fortress. It is inhospitable across the walls.
yes, as I said, thank you for your time.
Of course.
And Daphne is just gonna give everyone a look like this is a dead end.
Take care of yourselves. Your vigor won't last much longer. Don't overexert yourselves.
That's an excellent tip. Thank you.
It's nice how helpful people are around here.
I mean,
Like they're
it's
always giving us advice.
it's still kind of the Feywild, so like
Hmm.
people are
Yeah,
helpful, but they're also like sinister and crazy. It's weird.
yeah, I like it.
I think it's clear that we aren't going to get any information from the any useful information from the locals.
Uh,
All right.
they're drip feeding it to you.
So, do we want to roll the dice with the Lord of Rot? Do we want to try looking around outside? Hopefully, we can find more vultures if we need to get back inside.
I think the people we should talk to are somewhere in here potentially. Obviously, this place may not be the exact right spot. Most of the denizens here, other than the priest, are too far gone, and the priest himself is a company man through and through, as it were.
He's a true believer.
I think I think we should find somebody. There ought to be a camp somewhere of these strays, he calls them, who have not fallen into such disrepair yet. People that hold out on perhaps finding their way back. Those who haven't gone insane.
Well, we just talked to one, didn't we? That lady,
Uh,
I mean, the old lady didn't seem
Eh,
to understand that there is a
she
world
she was pretty
beyond this,
insane, and she definitely was not a stray.
I say.
let's go looking for the strays.
Do we, okay, do we want to try to find someone who looks like they aren't uh, as affected
They're not
by the
that
Look
far
general
gone yet.
yeah,
You
by the
ask
general
around.
malaise?
you mean like a stray?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm trying to point out how we would know that they were.
Yeah, you're looking for a fairly healthy example.
Yes, a needle in a haystack in this place.
Go ahead and give me a group investigation check. You guys are out there looking for someone who isn't rotting. Who's taking the lead?
I guess Aberforth is. I am going to decline to contribute to this investigation check because I don't. I have a -1 to it.
Holy hell. You guys ask around, and in very quick order, since you guys are just rolling insane, um, you manage to figure out that most of the strays are kept in the back towards the Lord of Rot's like castle. He likes to keep the strays close because um he likes to like drill them for information every so often. He seems to be very interested in where the strays come from. So he makes it a point to send his men out to capture any strays that make it into the keep and drag them into the castle, and then they just kind of kick them out afterwards, and they don't really go much farther than like the immediate area because there's nowhere else to really go.
Well, that
Okay,
bodes well for us.
Let's avoid
so
being spotted by his men.
yes, let's
Men
avoid
or
that.
women. Whatever they are. Probably men.
the gate was watched by skeletons. You can go
Let's
get one.
avoid getting caught by a skeleton then.
So, can we try to talk to someone
I mean,
who?
yeah, you know where they are. They're over by the. They're pretty close to the castle. There's like a like a shanty town built up around the outside of the castle.
Okay, let's go check out Shantytown.
Yeah, go. You guys go out to the shanty town. And there is a bunch of folks. They're wearing fairly modern dress. Some of them are a little bit dated. Uh, so like you've got some people that look like they're wearing like outfits from like 10, 15 years ago. Uh, but for the most part, they're all wearing fairly modern Bastion attire. They've got the button up shirts with the collars. They've got suspenders on a lot of the men. Um, uh, they all have like either fedoras or flat caps or whatever, if they are wearing a hat, and they're just kind of trying to survive. They're doing a lot of what the rest of the village is doing, and that's just like trying to keep water clean and struggling to find food to eat. I'll be right back. So what you guys doing?
Flag someone down.
Okay. Uh, I'm gonna say
See
this.
if they have a sort of a de facto leader.
Uh, you ask around. You get the sense that they're kind of like an autonomous collective. They don't really have like a leader. Um, they just kind of like exist. um, it's there's really nothing to there's there's really like no politics for them to have. So like to have a leader doesn't really like benefit them any. It's just a bunch of folks in a hellhole scavenging for shit. Um,
Right.
uh, but yeah, the first person willing to talk to you goes, hey there, new bloods. The Lord get to you yet?
Sorry, the what?
The
No,
Lord, the Lord of Rot.
no, we're
No,
hoping
we've
to
been trying
prevent
to
that
put it off
too.
for as long as we can.
He will.
Yes, that's generally the sense that I've gotten.
He's trying to hide out here, cause it ain't gonna work.
No, no, we were hoping maybe someone here knew a little bit more information.
I mean, I got
Are you
information, but you gotta make it worth my while. You bring any food when you came through?
Daphne pulls out a mushroom ration.
all the food rotted, but we have some extra?
Uh, what do you want to know?
Do you know anything about an artifact that might be causing problems?
An artifact that might be causing problems?
Yes, we came through a portal. Uh, we came through a portal from Bastion. Uh, we were hired to uh, deal with a situation that's causing some monsters to come through. Something about a powerful artifact.
You saying things from over here is coming out over there?
I'm saying that there is a disturbance in the connection between these two planes.
Yeah. Forget all about that. Is there a way there from here?
We hope.
Yo.
You're you're from there. You're from Bastion
Yeah.
Refugio by the sound of it, right?
Yeah. Where you from? You from the slums over there in the slomats?
Uh, they don't call it the slums anymore. Apparently, it's not PC. But yeah, how did you how'd you end up here, man?
Honestly, at this point, I don't really remember. I think I was looking for something in the closet. I fell in, and I was here.
Hmm,
Ah,
many such cases. Uh, so the Lord of Rot,
What of 'em?
what interest did he have in you when you arrived here? Was it just out of amusement or curiosity or what?
Well, he did to me the same thing he does to everyone else's here.
That would be.
Well, he has his bony boys pick you up, jag you in front of him. He just kind of looks you over real good like this, and he stands up and just kind of eyes you up and down real hard. And he goes, and then he sniffs you real good like this.
Okay, that's fine. You don't need to demonstrate.
And then he kicks you the fuck out.
That's it?
That's it.
Mm, no, that's not it.
What everyone else says they did. What he did to me.
he's probably
Mm,
looking for something.
the question is whether he's finding it or not.
I mean, it's hard to keep track of everyone, but they say not everyone comes back out.
Hmm.
That's kind of where I was headed. Yeah. Have you heard any rumors of anything at all? Whispers of something that might hold a doorway open between here and there. Anybody talk about anything like that?
Listen, bud, if there's a way there from here, I fully support whoever the fuck is trying to do it. This place is a hellhole.
So it is a hole, yes. Yes.
I want to do. This is gonna sound worse than it is. I want to do a quick around. What's the hotness rating?
The hotness rating.
How
Uh,
attractive is everyone here?
I mean, they're all like malnourished, but like not to like the drastic degree that like the people in the village proper are. And they're all like pretty dirty because it's not like they can spare water to clean themselves with. And uh, they're like in the early stages of like developing all these sores and stuff. A lot of them have like some plaquey buildup that they've kind of scratched at. Um, uh, but I mean, with a bath, a few of them might be fuckable.
Okay, so it's not like beautiful people have been filtered. Beauty is not the filter we're looking for here.
No,
Is
I don't.
my
I
what
don't
I'm
think.
getting
I
at.
don't think he's pulling a Lord Cornello.
Yeah. Hmm. I mean, it could be like health, maybe. but that would be impossible to tell now.
I don't think that's the thing either. It's probably some element of magic.
Or he's
I would
picking
assume
people based
specifically
off
some
of,
form of passage related magic.
or he's just kidnapping people based off of the scents he likes.
Yeah, maybe he's just like,
Maybe.
maybe he's got a type.
Is there anything else? Anything else this guy might know?
Do you know who we might need to talk to get more information about this?
I mean, you can go see the man himself. I'm sure he'll see you. You
Uh,
folks, you folks,
that's not a
you folks
question.
are fresh out of the hole.
What's he like? Like, physically, power wise.
Lord of Rot. I don't think there's a man on Bastion who'd want to be in a room alone with that man.
Hmm. Yeah, that's generally the impression I've gotten so far.
Yeah, yeah, he's got some crazy voodoo about him. He controls all these skelly boys we got walking around here, and be careful who you're talking to, cause he rewards snitches with food.
Lovely. Well, I ain't no snitch, but I do have this. And Daphne's going to hand him the mushroom jerky.
He takes it and like he quickly stuffs it under his shirt so like nobody else sees that he has it.
Thanks for your time.
He goes, yeah, sure thing. And then he kind of like looks around and he goes, I told you to get the fuck out of here. I ain't talking to you. And then he kind of like nudges to get the fuck away from him.
Yeah, Daphne just uh just moves on. So I guess
He's getting so good at doing voices.
All right, we're gonna call it there.
All right.
That's our whole session. Yep.
Alrighty.
okie
I'll
doke.
catch you folks next
So
week.
it's
Sounds like
See
a
ya.
wiener.